Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of EETV, where we strive to bring everything in entertainment. We have an update about Marvel shutting down the Blade reboot because of behind the scenes issues. So let's get started. We're going to take the article here from The Direct. Thank you to the author, Richard Nebens, for posting this yesterday on October 11th. I'm going to read this to you, and then we're going to give you my opinion afterwards. At San Diego Comic-Con 2019, Marvel Studios rocked the venue and the world by announcing that Mahershala Ali would join the MCU for a new reboot of Blade, the classic supernatural vampire hunter. But more than 3 years after that announcement, Eric Brooks' first MCU solo outing has had more than its fair issues of troubles, even getting off the ground thanks to a number of behind-the-scenes issues. These first came to light when the studio lost director Basim Tariq, with Mahershala Ali also expressing frustration on how the production was progressing over the last few months. Part of that frustration is over the script for Blade, which reportedly had to be rewritten from scratch due to story issues that have arisen as Phase 5 gets set to kick off in 2023. Now, unfortunately, the next slate of movies might not include Blade as soon as fans expected, thanks to the latest rounds of news from the studio via one of the most reputable news sources in the business. Marvel Studios delays Blade's reboot. The update: Blade, along with other major theatrical Marvel Studios releases, has been officially delayed. The Mahershala Ali-led film has now slated to premiere on September 6, 2024, 10 months after its previous release slot. The Hollywood Reporter revealed that Marvel Studios has temporarily shut down production on the upcoming Blade reboot coming to the MCU. This comes after parting ways with director Basim Tariq a couple of weeks ago as the studio searches for his replacement. Originally set to begin shooting in November, Blade's crew members have now been notified that the production-related activities in Atlanta are now on hold. According to The Direct's sources, while production prep is expected to resume by early next year, Marvel is now planning to start rolling cameras in May 2023. With this update, Blade won't meet its November 3rd, 2023 release date. However, Marvel Studios isn't in a huge rush. According to one source from The Hollywood Reporter, the studio wants to really get it right, even if that means delaying its release to 2024. How will Blade delay affect Phase 5 slate? This delay in production will force Marvel to make some tough decisions with regard to its release schedule. Even 3 movies still set to premiere in theaters 2023. Next year will now feature Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and The Marvels. Although it seems unlikely anything else could be filmed in time to meet the now open November slot. This will also make for a more jam-packed year in 2024 than ever before, which just added Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool 3 as its 4th movie, unless Marvel wants to bring a record 5 movies in 1 year. Either that or Fantastic Four will most likely be delayed into early 2025, with the team potentially looking to push one or both of the next Avengers movies into 2026 as well. But for the immediate future, the focus remains on getting the best name possible to direct Blade, as Mahershala Ali brings this dark and exciting anti-hero into the MCU for the first time. With production now looking to begin in May 2023, Marvel will spend the next half year reworking Blade to make sure that the MCU fans get the best version of this story possible, especially with the character being absent in blockbusters for the better part of 2 decades. It's clear that Ali is putting every bit of effort into making sure that this happens, and hopefully Marvel will be able to find the right person for the director job before too long. And that's where the article ends. The direct. Now, my opinions on this is I'm glad they did this, because Black Panther is already getting enough backlash, and other Marvel properties such as Thor, Love and Thunder have already faced this. If you're not focused on telling the story for everybody, and let me repeat that again, these movies are for everybody to enjoy. So if you're not focused on telling a good story and you're focused on something else, then the movie will not do well, no matter what the property is, what the IP is. So hopefully Marvel and Disney are starting to learn their lesson, that they should be focused on the plot and bringing as much source material out into these movies as possible, along with reputable creativity, to have and show IPs that not only the old fans but newer fans will be interested in seeing. And this is why you should always focus on telling the story and not focus on a narrative, because the IP suffers. Now, when you're focused on telling a good story, everybody wins. Us as the fan base get another property that we can enjoy. And then in turn, not only are you buying the movie when it comes out, any associated comic books that have the source material, people who were not originally interested in the comic books will get into the comic books, and then that leads to merchandising, which people will start cosplaying again. You know how much money they could make off of this if they do Blade right, and you start releasing, they already have them now, but if they start re-releasing replica weapons for Blade and anybody associated with that IP, along with cosplay, and then not only that, you could have a reputable sunglass company, maybe Ray-Ban, some other company, and they could reissue Blade shades again. I mean, it's so many ways you could win with this, and it'll both be a win for the fans and a win for the executives, and everything will be okay. But you have to be focused on telling a good story. So I think they've learned their lesson, and they're going to start doing things the way they're supposed to be done, focusing on a good story, relying on the source material, as well as reputable creativity to bring about good movies so people can enjoy them. Well, this is all I have for this one. We'll see if they are going to do this or not. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of EETV. Like, share, and subscribe if you feel like it. We are on Instagram now, everything_entertainment_TV. Come check us out. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.